Welcome everyone to the opening game of the first Blitz Bowl League. 8 teams divided over 2 leagues, and they play each other once, and only the top 2 teams go through to the knockouts. So that means every game is important. And our opener is the Skaven versus the Necromantic Horror, which are a custom team. Check the video description for their rules. Anyway, it's a double trap board with no special ball cards. Skaven are going first, so let's get into it. The ball popped up on the right trap, and these are the cards that become active in the second round. The Skaven utilise their speed anyway to claim the ball and provide some assistance. The Necromantics move their best guys up to cause some carnage next round as cards now become active. The Gutter Runner ran back with the ball and then threw it to the Line Rat for a completion point. For their last move, the Blitzer marked the Ghoul, so the Skaven go 1 up and the cards tick down. The Flesh Golem marked the Blitzer to assist the Ghoul, who promptly knocked the Blitzer out and earned a point. The Werewolf then marked the Thrower, and since he's frenzied, he managed to push on him, earning a point from the knockdown against the obstacle. The scores then looked like this as the Necromantics took the lead. The lineman threw the ball back to the Gutter Runner for a point. The runner proceeded to dash down the pitch as the lineman attempted to support by running to the middle. With the score now tied, the Necromantics moved the Zombie and Wraith to close the viable channels for the Gutter to run into, whilst the Werewolf marked the lineman, got a knockdown but caused no injury. No points were earned, so cards just ticked down. The Skaven couldn't do much, so earned a point for covering their lines, and the Line Rat stood up. With the score now looking like this, the Wraith marked and blocked the Gutter Runner, freeing up the ball for 2 points, but he couldn't pick it up as he has no hands. So the nearby zombie slowly clambered over and picked it up, leaving the score like this. The Skaven played reserves to get the Blitzer back, moved the Line Rat to block the zombie's path, and then the other Line Rat blocked the Werewolf but missed. So for their last action, the Gutter Runner just stood up. The cards just ticked down as no points were scored. The zombie moved beside the Ghoul, handed off the ball, and then the Ghoul ran for it. Nothing was scored, so the cards just ticked down. The Ghoul unfortunately went forwards too many squares, so the Blitzer marked and blocked him, knocking him down, freeing up the ball and scoring some points for both that and the tie-ups. Open to run, the Skaven Line Rat picked up the ball and ran down the open channel, leaving the scores like this. The eager Line Rat forgot about the Flesh Golem, whom promptly battered him, freeing up the ball and earning some points, before deciding to make a run with it, leaving the scores like this. The Skaven Line Rat ran to the end zone. The Gutter Runner got a push on the Wraith, and then he also ran into the end zone for 2 points, leaving the scores like this. The Werewolf tried to punch the Line Rat, but he missed, leaving the Flesh Golem to mark and block the Blitzer. He caused an injury, which earned them a point, and then played Inspiration to run the ball in, earning points for the score, and leaving it like this. Luckily for the Skaven, the ball came up on the right trapdoor. The Line Rat ran to contest the ball, the thrower stood up, and the other Line Rat injured the Werewolf, but nothing was scored, leaving the cards to tick down. The Wraiths and Zombie mark the Line Rat. The Zombie marked him out, but no points were scored, leaving the cards to tick. Dice are not going well for the Skaven, as they attempted to block the Zombie. It freed the ball up, but even with the re-roll, they only got a push, meaning for their last action, all they could do was bring the Blitzer back on the field. The cards ticking down as the scores look like this. The Wraiths marked and blocked the Line Rat, but missed, and so they brought a Werewolf back, meaning no points were scored, fans getting unhappy, and cards ticking down. The Skaven play the defensive play card, but even with 2 dice on the block, only pushes are achieved, so he marks the Zombie to free up the ball. The thrower then picks it up and earns a point, before using Inspiration to hand it off to the Gutter Runner for the score, leaving the score like this as we go into the end game. The ball comes out of the left trapdoor. The Wraith marks the Line Rat, but chooses the miss on the block, because it gives the Zombie a chance to block assisted and cause an injury, claiming 2 points and leaving the score like this. The Skaven bring a Gutter in from emergency reserves, who proceeds to run for the ball and move for a better throwing chance. As the game nears its end, he lobs the ball down towards the thrower successfully, the crowd cheering as he proceeds to take it in for the score and strengthen their lead. With the score looking like this and not many points seeming available. Anyway, the ball comes up from the left trap. The werewolf moves towards the ball, picking up a card and activating multi-ball. The wraith marks and blocks the gutter, causing an injury and activating change ends on the endgame card. Lastly, they play inspiration for the zombie to pick up the ball, leaving the score and cards like this. The Skaven get emergency reserves, and also play reserves to attempt to stop the multi-ball scores. The gutter runner moves and marks the zombie, whilst the line rat moves near the ball to contest it, leaving the score the same as the cards tick down. At this crucial point in the game, the werewolf marked the line rat but missed on the frenzy, whilst the ball scattered the wrong way. The wraith marked the gutter, and the zombie blocked, causing a push. Game faces then came into play, giving the zombie time to run into the end zone and score, tying the game up as we enter the last turn. It's now down to the fickle dice as we enter the last Skaven turn. Can they earn some points? The line rat blocks the werewolf and manages to injure him, making the crowd go wild, as he then proceeded to run for the ball and score right at the death, winning a very close game 21-18. Whew. What a game that was for a first league kickoff. The Necromantics seemed quite balanced. It's just a shame the golem and 2 zombies didn't really feature, but the wraith is a decent blocker even if he can't pick up the ball. Anyways, it's on to the next one for me. Thanks for watching.